Welcome to the TDC Today Show USA. My name is Sue Roskoff, and here at the Disability Channel, or TDC, we are out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and we're all about showcasing abilities. TDC is committed to providing quality digital media production services, education, and employment programs by and for persons with disabilities and veterans. TDC offers digital media production, video production, post-production, social media, and podcasting creation, production, and support. TDC offers education and employment programming, which includes digital media courses to persons with disabilities who are unemployed and underemployed. TDC also offers community partnerships. Through partnerships and sponsorships, community partners and organizations become ability champions by supporting media created by and for people with disabilities. We are so happy to be here again on this Saturday, April 20th, 2024. Again, my name is Sue Roskoff, and I want to bring on in here Ms. Denise Vargas, who we affectionately call Diva. So, Diva, come on in and tell us a little bit about you.
Hey, so yeah, a little bit about me. Well, my company's name is Live Creatively, and I named it that because my entire life I've been living creatively. And what that means is that because I have a disability, I've had to do things a little bit different than what an able-bodied person could do. If there is something like, for example, I don't know, figuring out how to open up my door without having to buy one of those expensive door openers, right? I'll just rig something up that I can actually use. So it's just about being creative and doing whatever you want in life. There's always a way. Just get creative.
Excellent. And I can attest to that she is amazing. All the great things that she does, not only for herself, but so much heart and all the things she does for other people too. Denise is awesome. Love that we can call her Diva. She is amazing. And there is a link on there for grabbing coffee with her. You should do that sometime. Get a chance to meet her up close and personal and find out more, because she is, like it says on there, lifestyle strategist for independent, empowered women. She can help you get to where you want to go. So we have a lot of updates and an interesting conversation to share today. So update number one is with the Great Discovery. Have you heard of the Great Discovery? I know Denise is familiar with it. I'm getting more and more familiar with it. Do you want to share a bit about what is the Great Discovery?
Absolutely. So if you are a coach, a trainer, a teacher, a creator, right? This is the place that you want to be at. It's, first of all, you can offer free courses, you can take free courses, and then of course you have the paid courses. But now, wouldn't it be great if you can teach a course in any language? Or maybe you already have a course that you give away or you sell, and but it's only in English. And you would like to maybe go to your Hispanic community, or maybe the French community, or the Asian community, right? Like maybe you want to do it in Japanese, but you don't speak Japanese. Well, with the Great Discovery, you can give your course in any language. Yes, that's right. And you don't have to redo it in the language because it will actually translate it for you. But it is so amazing. It's almost like real time. Your lips will actually you don't look like you're being dubbed, like a traditional like when you're watching a movie and you see them, and then like a half a second later you'll actually hear what they're saying. This is almost like real time, so it is amazing.
I've seen demos and I've been blown away where I've seen the person actually speaking an introduction in their native language. So for me, English, obviously, the person has done an English introduction, and then I see the French version and they're saying the exact same thing and their lips are moving like they're speaking French, and it's the exact same thing translated, and it sure looks like he's speaking French right in front of me. or German, or you name the language. They've got 100 different languages that
Yeah.
they can translate into. And it's been eye-opening to see where AI, the artificial intelligence, where AI technology has already gone and where it's headed. It's amazing. I'm
It
so
is.
excited to keep learning more about the Great Discovery, and what an apt name, the Great
Now,
Discovery.
fun fact, when you just said that, it's accurate. It really is very accurate because I speak Spanish. So when I hear them translating into Spanish, I'm like, yeah, that's it. Now, even though I've created a course in English, yeah, I could go ahead and redo it in Spanish. But why should I? It could do it for me, and I know it's accurate.
And how much time would that save you? Oh my gosh. Amazing. So that is definitely worth checking out. I know I have a personal link, and I believe Diva also has a personal link. So if you want to check that out, you can actually go there today, thegreatdiscovery.com/Sue. And what is your link?
Live creatively.
So the great discovery for.com / live creatively. So there are ways to go and get things figured out on there. Check it all out. There's also online training on that as well. So you can find out more like every day at almost every day of the week. 6 days a week, just not on Sundays at 9 a.m. Central. There's a website that you can go to. And a gentleman we know named Alex Hitt is amazing with actually sharing all the details and concisely. He keeps it short and sweet, so you can get the details of what it's all about without spending your whole day just there trying to figure it out. He can tell you everything you need to know.
Now, another
So,
great thing about the Great Discovery is that if someone wants to be an affiliate, it only costs $30 a year to become an affiliate. And once you become an affiliate, whatever the person does, once they're underneath you, you're going to get credit for it. So, I mean, how many businesses do you know that it only takes $30 a year to run?
you got me on that one. Yeah, it is a good opportunity. It is a new platform. It's something that has a long life ahead, and it is definitely worth taking a look and seeing what that all is. And yeah, you can make money doing this too. It's kind of cool. You learn a lot, and you can actually have an income with that. That sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So again, thegreatdiscovery.com is the place to be. So that is one new thing that we have learned recently. Another one that we want to share out is Treasure Island. Now, this is you guys all know Kurt. Those that have followed this show, you know Kurt. He could tell you the ins and outs of Treasure Island. I haven't gotten my head wrapped around it yet, but I'm kind of excited to do that. They have presentations on Tuesday and Thursday nights. So that's another one to find out more about Treasure Island. That just makes me, I'm thinking something tropical. I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but Treasure Island, oh my gosh. TreasureIslandPresentation.com. So it's really easy to remember that, right? TreasureIslandPresentation.com. They have showings of the informational videos on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights at 8 o'clock Central, 8 p.m. So 8 o'clock in the evening, Central Time Zone, TreasureIslandPresentation.com. Do you have anything to add on that one?
So, so Treasure Island is going to be a show, a reality show. And so basically, we're helping them fund it. And it's going to be a show based on influences. So think of something like Big Brother, Survivor, The Amazing Race, like all that kind of wrapped up into one, but with influencers. And I believe people will get a chance to vote or give their input as it's almost like you're playing along with them, right? So it's
Oh,
going to be a fun show.
this sounds awesome. Okay, so I know where I'll be next week watching the presentation so I can find out more. That sounds great. That's
And
going to be
how great would
huge.
it be? How great would it be to be able to say that, hey, I actually helped bring that to life when you see it actually, on TV and you're like, hey, I helped out with that.
Wow. That's a rare opportunity. Oh, this is sounding better and better. Awesome. Excellent. So again, treasureislandpresentation.com on Tuesday and Thursday nights at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. Check it out. It's a great thing to look at and to get familiar with in the real near future here. One more quick update for everyone. Project Die Hard. And that is the veteran organization near and dear to my heart. I am an ambassador for Project Die Hard. We do have our Mission Monday updates every Monday night at 6 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Central. We do have live podcasting going on where you get all the updates of what's all going on, all the improvements, all the newest news, everything you ever want to know about what is happening with Project Die Hard. We do updates every Monday night. And one thing that's definitely is worth sharing out right here, right now. They have one of their main fundraisers going on is starting up now. So you can get signed up to be part of the virtual can challenge. You guys have all seen in the grocery store or whatever store you go to where they have a little can of some sort by the cash register and you can drop your change in there as a fundraiser for an event, right? Or for an organization. We've all seen those around. Well, this is that only bigger. So there are lots of locations that actually have cans set up like that, and you can make your own can and do this as well. You can do that if you have a physical location to do that. But they're also doing a virtual can challenge. What does that mean? That means you can actually have your own designated link created so that you can be the one to connect your network of people. So you can share it out to anyone and everyone you know as that fundraiser, and people can donate online instead of just dropping money in the can. They can drop money online to the organization, and they're setting this up as a challenge. So who doesn't like a little competition? It is running from Memorial Day until the 4th of July. That is the competition window dates. They want entries to be set up. So if you want to do this, sign up by May 10th. That is that to be part of this challenge itself. Sign up by May 10th. And then it runs officially from Memorial Day till July 4th. And you know what? There is a really big trophy involved in this. And Brian Gibson, the founder and president of Project Die Hard, I can't believe you did this, but he actually committed to personally deliver that trophy to whoever wins it. So, he lives in Kentucky, right? And one of the forward operating base Rush is actually in Southern Illinois. It's in Makanda, Illinois. He will drive from there to, if I win it, he's coming to Wisconsin. Diva, if you were to win it, he'd be coming to New York. You name it, he said he will deliver that. So, do you want to have that on display for this next year with bragging rights of you are the one that made the biggest difference? I mean, we're all going to make a difference doing this. But if you are the one that made the biggest impact financially for them during this challenge period, you can be the one with that trophy for this upcoming year. And what a cool thing to be able to say, hey, if somebody's going to see that and they're going to ask, what is this? Because it's unique. It's very cool. And that gives you an excuse to talk about what Project Die Hard is, and it's going to be amazing. So more to come on that as things get closer, but sign up now, and it's easy to do. Just go to his website, projectdiehard.org. You'll find info on there on how to sign up. And when in doubt, just send me an email, susan@projectdiehard.org. Again, susan@projectdiehard.org, and I can point you in the right direction. So that's all I've got for updates this week. Diva, did you have anything else to add to that? Otherwise, we have a topic to tackle here.
Yeah, I'm just saying, sign me up. And I have a friend named Brendan. He's always like, challenge accepted. So I'm just saying, challenge accepted. I know Brian, and I kind of want to meet him in person. I want that.
Ooh. Can you believe in all this time I have not met him in person? We have yet to have that happen. This would be the great chance.
Oh, well, look out, Sue. It's you and I. We're gonna do this.
I think we're gonna arm wrestle virtually here. Love it. All right, so you too can hop on board and be part of this awesome event that they've got going here with the virtual can challenge for Project Die Hard. Okay, now our topic of the day. I like this one. I think the topic was born out of the episode last week. Words matter. Words can stigmatize. What kind of words are you using? Do you want to give a little more introduction to where we're going here, Diva?
Yeah. So, as a person with a disability, I've heard so many words that are are frankly outdated, right? Like, for example, the word handicap. Did you know that the word handicap was really coined from a beggar? I want to say it was in the early 1900s, maybe even earlier than that, but was a beggar who had his hand, his cap in hand. So that's where they got the term handicap. And people would pass by him or her and just throw money in the cap, right? Like he's there begging for money because he can't work. But yeah, that's one of the words that to this day when I hear it, I'm like, oh, you know. Or the other word, the C word. Yeah, when people say crip or cripple, and it's another word that agitates me, right? Or because now you are relating it to something that's negative, right? Like, oh, it has a crippling effect on you. And so that's another word that bothers me. I mean, there's just so many. When they say that you're wheelchair bound. Like, I'm in a wheelchair, but I get out of my wheelchair. I don't live in my wheelchair 24 hours a day. So I'm not wheelchair bound. And when you're bound, the phrase bound, it's like you're tied up, you're unable to move. And in reality, your wheelchair gives you freedom to move, therefore not making you bound. Especially you're not homebound because you do go out of your home. You do have a life. So yeah, those are just some of the words that people to this day still use, or the phrase to the disabled person. No, I am a person with a disability. So it's that people first. Like, do I even need to mention my disability unless it's prevalent to the conversation? I mean, if we're in person, you're gonna see it, right? But is it necessary for me to tell someone about it if it doesn't have anything to do with the conversation? No, right? Because you're talking to me. You're not talking to my disability.
I think that's brilliant. That is something that was with work that Kurt had done several years ago. That whole concept of people first language, that was the first I'd heard of it. And it actually took me a moment. I'm like, wait, what? People for what? Okay. So that whole phrase of like wheelchair bound, it change it around, wheelchair user, or there's different ways to say things where you're kind of saying a similar thing, right?
Mhm.
But focus on the person, not the thing or the disability, because you're right. There's what is it that we're actually talking about here?
Mhm.
We're talking about a person. And so for another example, instead of it being an autistic person, you could say the person with autism or that type of thing. It's the person first, people first language. Because what is it does autism define the person? No, it's a piece of who they are, but it's the person that you want to be talking to or talking with, right? It's the person, not the autism or what, just as that example, whatever the thing is that you're talking about. So the person with autism, that person first, and I'm still not saying it perfectly here, but I'm just trying to make that point of the importance of, words really do make a difference. And
They
if we
really
stop
do.
and think about it, put yourself in those shoes, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And let's just take disability out of it for a moment. Um, Another thing that's always bothered me as well is like when you see something in the news, right? Like a crime or something that happened, they're very quick to say, oh, a Hispanic man or a black man or an Asian man or a white man. I'm like, can you just say man? Like focus on, yeah, it was a guy. This is a crime. And I understand for um the purpose of helping the police find the person. I get that. But now what happens is that in reality now, when someone else is talking about it, all they're focusing on is the race rather than the crime that was taking place, right? So those are things that we need to, as a society, just focus on what's important in the conversation, right? So the race isn't important if you are trying to just describe a situation that happened, because you're talking about the situation, not the person, not the race. It wasn't because of this that that person did that. You know, it wasn't his race that caused him to do that. He did that. Had nothing to do with the race. So it's the same principle with disability, right? If you're talking about uh um the person is going to go and apply for a job, let's say, right? I shouldn't have to put in my resume, I'm a woman with a disability. That's irrelevant, right? Now, the only reason I might need to mention my disability is if I get the job and I need some sort of accommodation, then I can say, because of my wheelchair being so high, I need a desk that elevates. Or I need the desk that you already have, to be elevated, 2 inches, 3 inches, whatever be the case. So then it's relevant to mention that you have a disability. But other than that, people first, not the disability, not the race.
That makes such good sense. I'm so glad that this is the topic today here, because again, when do people think about that? They need an excuse to actually have these thoughts coming through, be like, oh, because I still remember when Kurt was first describing to me the concept of people first language and the importance of it. I remember having that aha moment of, oh yeah, how do I not know this? It's for real. That is something where it makes a difference. And that's where I'm hoping everybody that hears this can have that aha moment of, oh yeah, my buddy over, or buddy or not, the person that I keep thinking about, a good friend of mine who is a wheelchair user, that when I'm out and about with him, I know I've heard people use language like, because you're wheelchair bound, or it's like, it's an education process. It's just what people are repeating, what they've heard over the years. And
Exactly.
there's been a lot of those things are just there, a lot of insensitivity involved in that.
Well,
It's
sometimes, just like you said, people are used to saying it for decades and centuries even. We just need to change the way we're speaking and really get others to adapt by listening to how we're speaking. And there's a very nice way to correct them without making them feel bad that they use the incorrect terminology, right? There's be kind, because sometimes, actually, oftentimes, people just don't know. And what you don't know, right? But once we help them understand the correct wording, let's just understand that we need to be patient with them. And now you're gonna have those people that you can tell them till you're blue in the face. They're still gonna do it. Courtney and I have this saying, people are gonna people.
yep.
You have to, just accept certain people are not gonna change, and that's okay. Just avoid those people if you can. If they annoy you that much, just avoid them. You and I know that there are certain people in this world that annoy us. So just avoid them when you can. And, but when you have to deal with them, you have to deal with them. But just be kind and how we try and educate people.
And that's for anyone who is hearing this. Now that you know, you can't unknow. So now you know you've heard this, and I hope you can take it to heart and put it to good use. That's what that's what it's all about. We're in a world where division and unacceptance and judginess, all that is so prevalent. If we can flip that to being more accepting and inviting and accommodating, what a difference it can make. These little things make a big difference. It adds up. So Diva, thank you so much for your contributions here and for all your words that you're sharing with us, because you're right, it makes a difference. And all we can do, again, looking at your screen, dream every day and visualize always. Truly making dreams come true of a world that is kinder and more accepting. I can see it. I can visualize that. So bit by bit, whatever we can do. Final word from you at all here. I'm going to pass it back to you.
Well, like you said, dream every day, visualize always, because what you focus on will come about. So just dream and visualize of a world where disability won't even be a topic anymore, or race.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Janice. Again, my name is Sue Roskoff, and we are here with the TDC Today Show USA.